Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. My name is Kenzie. I am so glad you could make it. And today I'm going to be doing a comparison on the Chanel 19 versus the Chanel Classic Flap and go over pros and cons for each and which one I think is more worth your money. If this is the first time you're ever seeing me, then hello, I'm so happy to have you. My name is Kenzie. I make a lot of videos about luxury handbags, luxury fashion, travel, jewelry, mostly handbags. I like those a lot, but today we do have a comparison versus type video. If any of that sounds fun to you, if you like the idea, then I would ask you to consider click the subscribe button and give this video a like and ding the little bell down there so you're notified every time I upload. And you guys, without any further ado, let's get it into the video. Yes, hi, hello everyone. How are you doing today? I thought that I would do a comparison video between these two bags because I feel like these two bags are Chanel's most popular. I know the 22 bag is also very popular. It's like that bucket bag, hobo style bag. I know that one's really popular right now as well, but I don't have that bag. But I do think that the 19 bag is a very popular style from Chanel still. And I think a lot of people kind of go back and forth between, oh, should I get the 19? Should I get the Classic Flap? So here I am doing a comparison between the two so you can kind of see the pros and cons of each one and decide for yourself. So if you want to see the comparison between these two bags, then just keep watching. Alrighty, so the first one I'm going to go over today is the Chanel 19. So this is the one that I recently got. If you have not seen the unboxing, I will link it down below. I posted it like a couple of videos ago, but here she is. This is from the 21K collection and it is in the caramel brown. As you can see, this is also the small Chanel 19, which in my opinion is the best size. I think like the medium large is already too big, and of course the maxi is huge. It's for travel. So I do think that the small size is the perfect one out of the ones that they have available. I'm waiting for them to come out in a mini size. Like I think a Chanel 19 mini would be adorable, but I don't know if they would actually do that. Here is what this looks like. As you can see, it does have a chain top handle up top here, and it kind of just falls down. It has the turn lock on the front with the CC logo, and then on the back it does have one big pocket, so you can fit your phone in here. I have the iPhone 15 Pro Max, so you can fit that in there and it goes in no problem. So I will say the back pocket on the Chanel 19 gets a lot of use for me. Like I use it a lot, so it's very good and very handy. So that is the overview, and then opening it up, it has one flap. So instead of the double flap that you're used to seeing in the Classic Flaps, this one just has one. It's really easy to get into. It's very spacious and open. This is the bag that I'm currently carrying pretty much every day because it's so new and I just want to carry her. And she does also have a crossbody strap. Now, this crossbody strap is quite different than the Classic Flap strap, if that's what you're used to seeing. So this one is not adjustable. It's not removable, but it does kind of have a mixed metal hardware situation going on. So you have the gold here, and I think some 19s have the silver in the front. So if you're more of a silver person, then some of them have the silver in the front. It just depends on which one you get, but this one has the gold in the front, so like the gold top handle. On this side, it goes to gold, and then it goes to this like gunmetal type color, and then it goes to this shiny silver, and then it has gunmetal again throughout that part of the strap, and then back down here is where it goes back into gold, and then it has the shiny silver at the top right here. So it is a mixed metal bag. If you're somebody that likes to mix your metals, you have a bunch of options. So that is the overview of this bag. Now let me go into the overview of the Classic Flap. Here is this baby. So this is from the 21P collection. So like one or two collections difference between these two bags, but believe it or not, the color code on both of these bags are the exact same. I think that on the 19, it pulls a tiny bit lighter. Is that just me? Do you see that? Like I feel like the Classic Flap is a tiny bit darker than the 19 because of the style of the quilting. And I'll get into the rest of that here in a minute. But the Classic Flap, here is what she looks like, the front, and they are both lambskin. I do have a caviar Classic Flap as well, but I wanted to keep this as like similar as possible. That's why I chose both lambskin bags, because they're both lambskin. So here is what this one looks like. As you can see, it does have the like iconic Chanel turn lock here, and it has the quilting on the front. That's the side, and this one does have the Mona Lisa back pocket that you're used to on the back of classic flaps. And then opening this up here, let me take the strap out. So opening this up here, you do have two flaps. So you have this initial flap, and then you have the double flap, which is very iconic, very normal for the classic flap bags to have two separate flaps. So it does make it a tiny bit harder to get into, but it's no big deal. And then I currently have mine stuffed right now. And then you have the pretty Chanel logo at the top, and then on the inside, it's just a open space. You do have, of course, one pocket right here in the front. So you do have this extra pocket right here in the front that you could put stuff in. And then you do have the big open pocket, and you do have a couple of slots in there. That is pretty much it when it comes to the inside of the bag. And then when it comes to the strap, of course, it is not adjustable. Well, technically it is, but it's not removable. So you can adjust the strap to be like this, to where it's doubled. And then you can wear this as a shoulder bag, of course. You can let down one of these straps like this, and now it can be turned into a crossbody bag. Now, it does depend on how tall you are, if crossbodying this bag is even gonna be an option for you. I am 5'5", so like 165 centimeters, like right in the middle, and I usually do crossbody my classic flaps. I do wear them shoulder bags sometimes as well, but I do like to crossbody them. I typically prefer crossbody bags to be up a little higher on me anyways. I just like the look of it. I don't love it when it goes all the way down to my hip. So I like the crossbody on these bags, but if you are taller than me, then it might be too short of a strap for you. But if you're shorter than me, then you should have no issues crossbodying it. That is the initial overview. Now let's go into like structure, or just kind of different vibes of each bag. So let's go back to the Chanel 19. When it comes to, well, actually, when it comes to crossbody on this one is going to be a lot lower. I did want to talk about that really quick. So if you are taller, then the crossbody strap on the Chanel 19 is probably going to be a lot more user-friendly for you, because the strap is much longer than on the classic flap. So if you are someone that's over 5'5", this is going to be the bag for you, because the crossbody strap is a lot longer. If you are on the shorter side, like shorter than me, then this might not be the best bag for you, because you would pretty much only be able to use it as a top handle. So just keep that in mind. So now talking about the actual like design of the bag. So this one, as you can see, is going to be a lot more on the slouchy side. It is a very, very soft, squishy type of leather. It is so buttery and just very squishy. I do have a bag organizer in here right now, as you can see, just to give the bag a tiny bit more shape, because I don't want it to be like losing its shape all the time and like deflating. A lot more casual in my opinion. I think this one is better for like the everyday type of user. So if you are just wanting a bag that you can just grab and go, throw all your shit in, and then just walk out the door, this one is going to be the one for you. It is definitely more on the casual side, which I think is great. I think having a very casual Chanel bag is amazing, because I love Chanel. Chanel is one of my favorite brands of all time. But sometimes I struggled carrying my classic flaps. I wanted to so badly, and most of the times I still would, but I felt a little out of place carrying them. I would carry them, of course, to like lunch or dinner or something like that, but I really would like to carry them to like the grocery store or something. But I have done it, and I have felt a tiny little bit out of place doing it. So taking this to the grocery store is like no big deal, especially if people are not really into the luxury scene. The classic flap is very iconic, and I feel like a lot of people would know exactly what that bag is. But this bag, to where it is Chanel, if anyone is in the luxury space, they would know that this is Chanel, but the regular person may not know that, and they might just think, oh, that's a cute bag. So it is a tiny bit more on the like quiet luxury, if we're even using that term anymore. Really easy to throw all of your stuff in and go. This bag is very spacious on the inside, so you can fit a lot of stuff in here. So now going to the beautiful classic flap. This is absolutely hands down Chanel's most, why did I say it like that? Most iconic style. This bag is never going to go out of style. For one, it is a timeless piece. It is classic. This bag is going to be around in like 100 years. Compared to now. Like, it's never gonna go away. It's never gonna go out of style. People are always going to be carrying this bag. So if you are wanting a very classic style, then the classic flap is going to be for you 100%. The 19 does fall under like trendy bags a little bit. I think it's a classic. Chanel thinks it's a classic because it is a classic style. All the bags that are numbered, like the 19 bag, the 22 bag, and now I think the 25 they just came out with, all of those bags that are numbered are considered classics, I believe. Chanel will continue to make them every season. But if you want a bag that is going to stay popular for the longest amount of time and like consistently popular, it's gonna be this baby right here. Personally, I do think the classic flaps can be dressed down and be a more casual bag too. If you are wearing a very athleisure type of outfit, or if you're wearing like a sweatsuit or something very casual, I do think that you can wear your classic flap with that and get away with it, because I think that the classic flap can be dressed up and dressed down. Now, the lambskin, I do feel like is a little bit more on the bougie, like fancy side. So I do think that the lambskin ones do fall more towards like formal attire and like more event type wear, or just like fancy wear. But the caviar ones, I feel like you can really play around with those and wear those casually and formally. And when it comes to the structure of this bag, this one is a lot more structured, like I said, compared to the 19. It's going to have an actual like design to it. It does not slouch at all. It still is very, very soft lambskin. This one is going to be quite, like, not rigid, but like compared to the 19, it is quite rigid. You can tell that there's like no slouch here. It literally stands up on its own. So if you are someone that likes a structured bag, then this is going to be the one for you. If you're someone that does not like a structured bag and you like to have a bit of slouch, then I would go with the 19. But obviously, if you're wanting a bag that will stand the test of time and will never go out of style, this one's gonna be your best bet. So now let's go into, I guess, the last category, which is like price. And I feel like everyone knows what I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna go into like pricing, but also just like personal preference. So when it comes to pricing on these bags, and again, let's start with the 19. So none of these bags are going to be like affordable by any means. I mean, Chanel is not really an affordable brand. I wish they were. This bag I did get from Redilux or Redilux on Instagram. They have a kind of, not consignment, but they are a reseller. Basically, people sell their bags to them and then they turn around and resell them on their website. So they always get some really, really good things in, like things that you can't get anymore or things that are just like limited edition. They always get really good stuff in. So this bag does retail for around $6,000, which again is insane, but I'm insane. So there's that. But this bag will be one of my everyday bags, so I know that I'll get a lot of use out of her. But again, this bag is around $6,000. Now, is it worth that? I don't know. Like, I don't know these bags, what they're really worth. I mean, I know that you're paying mostly for the name brand. You're paying for the CCs. You're paying for the Chanel Flex. The craftsmanship on these bags, I do think are really good. I know that the classic flaps have been like notorious for having like errors, for having quality issues, stuff like that. I personally haven't had any issues with either of my classic flaps, but that does not mean that other people have not had issues. I know that they have. For the price of them being what they are, I do think that the quality control needs to be a lot higher than it actually is. So in my opinion, I do not think any of these bags are worth this price. I feel like this one should be like $4,000, maybe, yeah, probably around $4,000. I think this one should be around the same price as a Lady Dior. Like, that's kind of what I feel like when it comes to this. So I feel like it should be around $4,000. I think it is definitely overpriced, but then again, I still bought it, so I really like it. This one is one that I can wear every single day. This is one that I do plan to take with me everywhere, so I will be getting a lot of wear out of this. So the cost per wear, I feel like I can keep it relatively low. Now, talking now about the classic flap, I absolutely do not think this bag is worth what you pay for it. This bag is around like 10 grand now, which is just literally stupid. Like, it doesn't even like make sense to me that a bag could be this expensive. Like, I feel like Hermes is the only fashion house that should be able to get away with that, and maybe not even them, like I don't know. But this bag does remind me of like a Birkin. Like, it is very much Chanel's most top tier handbag that they have. So I think this bag should be around 6. I think it should be almost half price as to what it currently is now, to whereas the Chanel 19 is like a Lady Dior, in my opinion. It should be around 4. This should be around 6. Like, I do not think it needs to be $10,000 or $11,000. I mean, I remember when this bag was even less expensive, and I love that. But I think it should have stayed around 6 and stopped there, for the small size at least. So this bag is absolutely not worth 10 grand. I know that you are paying completely for just the flex of owning a classic flap. That's pretty much it. Now, this bag I bought last year when we did our taxes. So a lot of the money we got back on taxes, or got to keep on taxes. I would have not have been able to buy this like full priced without having anything to put down on it. Basically, it's all personal preference. The reason that I still bought this bag is because I love it. Like, it's my favorite thing that I own besides my dogs, you know, like it's my favorite thing that I have. I am obsessed with this bag. I love the shape, I love the style, I just love the classic flaps. It's just something that I'm really into. So I am, I guess, somebody that would still buy one. So again, it's all personal preference. If you're someone that just likes the style, you think they're pretty, then you might be more inclined to buy one. But let me know in the comments what you think about both of them. Let me know if you have either a classic flap or a Chanel 19, or let me know if you have both of them. But I hope that you enjoyed this video today. If you did, then go ahead and click up the like button for me and subscribe if you want to. And be sure to ding the little bell down there so you're notified every time I upload. And you guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!